the reason why we're here is because they won't let us in. For over a year, they haven't let the public in person to speak at Board of Supervisor meetings. And even though in Orange County and Riverside County and San Bernardino County, you can go into the meetings. So we did a rally a few weeks ago and said, let us in, we won't bite, the emergency's over, the other counties let people in, you need to let us in. So finally today they said, oh, you can come in, but you have to wear a mask and we have to take your temperature. We said, no way, we don't consent to that. That violates so many laws, privacy, discrimination laws. Also, Nathan Fletcher in his April 28th press conference, he said, businesses and private entities are free to check whether someone's been vaccinated or not, to see if they're going to be allowed service. That's incredible that he would say that. The emergency is over. There's no numbers that show any emergency. The California Emergency Services Act mandates that an emergency is only called at the beginning of a contagious disease. This is not the beginning. It's been going on for over a year, and an emergency lasts for 7 days. It's been over a year. The emergency is over.
My name is Crystal. I am a born and raised San Diegan. It became very clear early on that this was not about a pandemic, but that this was about our leaders wanting to rule really more as an authoritarian state than a constitutional one. And so we are free and we need to be treated free. We're not free because they say so or any other man and woman says so, but just because we were born free. And we will continue to fight for our freedoms until every single mandate is lifted, until every company can go maskless, and just we're here, we're in it for the long haul. We are not going to stand for vaccine passports, and we are here as a group to have our voices heard.
I would tell the county supervisors that they've been absent and abandoned us during our most important moment in history. They have made wrong decisions. They have not listened to the people. They have not given us hope. They have not told us about early treatments that can combat this disease. They have given us wrong statistics. They have abandoned us during the most important moment in history, and they need to change.
There seems to be like an invisible force, because the rest of us all get it. We all know that this isn't working. It's a pandemic. There's no science behind any of this. It has nothing to do with the problem. They're just obviously pushing an agenda. And if you look at it even deeper, why are hospitals getting paid for how people die? The COVID numbers are a lie. The whole thing is a lie. It's all propaganda.
So to the supervisors, I want to say that you're not representing the people. I am fortunate enough to be in Jim Desmond's district, and he has been outspoken, and I appreciate that. Joel Anderson was just elected. I know that he has fought for our rights as people, but the other three, especially Nathan Fletcher, you haven't come out here to talk to your constituents, and then today, you're not allowing anyone in unless they're masked up or they have a temperature check, which is a violation, and you know it. If there are other counties, Riverside and Orange County, that allow people in, and it's fine. I was okay with Orange County, 10 people at a time, but we didn't have to be masked up. Why can't the same be here? You guys are not working for the people, and it's fascism. You're tyrants, and we're tired of it.
I feel like it's gone on too long. I really feel like people should have jumped on board like right away. People need to wake up and realize that, you know, all of their liberties are being stripped away. And again, I can't take seeing children in mass. It makes me cry. And I have adult children. I don't even have little kids anymore. The masks need to come off because it's flat out child abuse at this point, okay? They need to breathe. You're taking the identity away from these children. So if there's any elected official that's promoting this for 5 seconds, they're guilty of that crime, as far as I'm concerned.
Last year, when the lockdown started, many people lost their businesses. Our elderly were put away into isolation. Children lost their right to a basic education. We lost homeschool funding. There was legislation passed that hurt homeschooling children by removing funding, which also affected children who are medically exempt from vaccines by putting SB 276 into effect, therefore removing their medical exemptions and doctor-patient privilege and their ability to attend public school. Education is an inherent right. You know what is also an inherent right? Breathing freely without a cloth over your face.
What I'm concerned about as a parent is the discrimination that's going to follow from those that are not vaccinated. Children are going to be separated and they're going to be discriminated against. This violates their privacy. This violates their constitutional right to access to equal services and to an education with the same as their peers right next to them.
So I'm Sharon McKeeman. I'm the founder of Let Them Breathe. We're a pro-science, pro-safety, pro-smile community, and we're here today in solidarity with ReOpen San Diego. Right now, the CDPH is not following the science. They're delaying even longer than the CDC as far as opening and allowing adults to take their masks off. And more than that, our kids need to be able to have mask choice. If they want to wear a mask, that's fine. But if they're uncomfortable, it's causing them mental health distress, they need to be able to take those masks off at school and everywhere in their daily life, because we know they're not at high risk from COVID, and we know that now that adults have that chance to be vaccinated or not, it's their choice, so our kids need to have the choice to breathe the fresh air and share their smiles with us again.
Please join us. We're ReOpen San Diego, and you can find us on our website, reopensd.org.